Hi everyone, it's Andy LaCivita, founder of Mile Walk and the Mile Walk Academy and award-winning author of The Hiring Prophecies, here with this week's episode of Tips for Work and Life. We've got something to help make sure everybody's days are productive. I want to talk a little bit about techniques you can use that, whether you are a high flyer, really productive, real go-getter, and you want to maximize your days even more, or you're somebody you're feeling a little stuck. You haven't really made the charge you want in life, or you're just not sure how you're going to complete that project, or you're just not sure if you're making any progress. Well, I've got some great tips today, a very orderly set of tips and habits that you can implement. And the greatest part about it is these require no skills and very little time to put in place. Now, I want to bring you back. About a year and a half ago, maybe a little longer, I wrote a blog post about my 2 morning tricks to eating the frog. That was about how you get your morning going, getting off to the right kind of start. Whatever your routine is, I know we all lead different lives. We have different responsibilities. We have different types of jobs and families and other things. That's really about your mindset and how do you secure the right mindset in the morning so that you're in a great place to race through that day. And I also, toward the end of last year, did a video and a post about how to reflect your way to success. And it was really designed to give you a chance at the end of the year to look back in a really, really great way at what you learned, what you did, and just reflect in a manner that no matter what you did, you were going to feel positive about your life. Now, you got the morning, you got the end of the year. Well, what happens in between all that? How do you make sure that every day that you live your life, at the end of each year, you can look back and say, wow, what a great year, or a great day, or a great week, or a great month? That's what today's session is about. So I'm going to give you 7 simple steps that I think you can do every day. The first 2, in fact, start the night before. So one thing that I always recommend that you do, no matter who you are, no matter what your job is, or even if it's just waltzing through your day, your leisurely day, so step number 1, what are 3 goals you want to accomplish the next day? So you want to think in advance about what it is that you want to accomplish from a goal perspective, mini goals, whatever they are, steps along the way. The most important thing when identifying these goals is to make sure that there's an element of completeness. So you don't want your goals being things like make progress on my project. That's too loose. If you focus more on I need to complete step 1 of the project, or if step 1 is too big, maybe I need to complete this portion of step 1. Whatever it is, just make sure that there is some conclusion that you can draw and that there was an element of completeness to it. The other thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to have too many goals. Because if you have too many goals, you'll be chasing too many rabbits. And you know the expression, the man who chases too many rabbits doesn't catch any, or chases 2 rabbits doesn't catch 1. But you get my gist. So no more than 3, but just make sure that you're directed and think about those the night before. The other thing, step 2, that you need to think about the night before is what's your calendar of your day look like? So number 2, schedule your day. And I stress the word your day. If you can think in advance what it is that you want to schedule for the next day, you are far less likely to get interrupted by other people's issues or other people's requests. The one thing that we don't want you to do is not schedule your day before you check your email in the morning, because as soon as you do that, you're likely going to run amok and things are going to interrupt you, and you're not going to be able to work on the key projects or the key exercises or the key goals that you identified because you got interrupted. So what I always recommend is the night before, schedule your day. And when I say schedule your day, I mean every single minute has something accounted for. And if you don't know what you're going to do between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the afternoon because it's open time, then write in there open time or recovery time or buffer time or something of that nature so that you know you can collect yourself. If some of your assignments, tasks, duties get overrun or you're running behind, you have a chance to catch up. Or if you get some unexpected requests, you might be able to put them into the gaps in your day if you can allow it. The most important thing is that you schedule the day completely. So that's step number 2. Step number 3. how you start your day in your morning, whatever morning routine you go through. I get up, I take care of my dogs, I go to the gym and I work out, I come home and I meditate, I eat, and that's my routine. Whatever your routine is, whether you just get up and take a shower or you want to stretch and have a cup of coffee or dance or whatever it is that you do, I think one part of that morning routine needs to be gratitude. And I love this part of the day. Gratitude, number 3 things that you're grateful for at that very moment that you roll out of bed, or an hour after you get out of bed, or first thing that you do when you get into the office. It only takes 1 minute to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And the most awesome thing about gratitude, there's 2 great things. Number 1, it is physiologically impossible to be stressed out and grateful at the same time. Even if it's for mere seconds, you're giving yourself a chance to be stress-free. You're giving yourself a chance to put yourself in the right mindset. And the other thing about gratitude, the powerful thing about gratitude, is you can be assured that gratitude is a wonderful place where there is a force that's greater than you and it's greater than me that is always available to you in a positive way. You will feel better. Better things will happen for you. It's just a wonderful way to start. So that's number 3. Number 4, as you work through your day, toward the end of the day, what did you actually achieve? So according to those goals, what did you actually accomplish? Did you accomplish the goals? Did you accomplish less? Did you accomplish more? How does that position you for the next day? So what did I achieve and what does that mean for tomorrow? So this is part of that planning for your next day. So just what did you achieve? Take stock in what actually happened. And then the 5th thing is, what did you learn? Lessons learned. Can you write down a couple or 3 lessons that you actually learned for that day? It's really, really important to take just a few minutes, a couple or 5 minutes, to think about what transpired over the course of the day and what you actually learned. What you learned about your projects, what you learned about the people you work with, what you learned about yourself, what to do, what not to do, better ways to serve your customer, whatever it is. But it's really, really important that you take that time to reflect for a few minutes, because if you don't recall throughout the days what it is that you're learning, number 1, you're not going to feel as accomplished. Number 2, you're going to continue to make the same mistakes. So what did you learn? Step 5. Step 6. Let's start ending on a high note. What were the victories of the day? Give yourself a little brag zone. It's okay to say, wahoo, I accomplished goals 1, 2, and 3. Or I sold my first project, or our marketing project is complete. Whatever it might be. Whatever you are proud of. Maybe it was, I made it to the gym when I was really tired. It could be anything. But what do you feel great about that you actually accomplished that day? And then as you plan your day for the next day, what I also suggest is step number 7 is actually a repeat of step number 3. I think that as late in the day as possible, and I stress as late in the day as reasonably possible. For some of you, that might be right before you leave the office, or as soon as you get home, or after dinner, or after you put the kids to bed, or right before you go to sleep. Right before you go to sleep is the best time to do this, is gratitude again. 3 more things. That's just a great way to get your mind in a good place before you go to bed. It's always great to feel good about what you have in your life and what you did that day and what you're grateful for. And if that's the last thing you can think of before you go to bed, I promise you're going to have a better night's sleep. So it's always a great thing to do. But if you can't do it right before you go to bed, because you're going to bed too late or whatever it might be, at least do it at some point in the evening. And I promise you, it is one of the best bookends to the day that you can possibly have. You go to sleep, you wake up a lot more refreshed, and you go into your next day in a lot better frame of mind. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's just recap them for you real quick. The night before, 3 goals that you're going to accomplish. Fill in your calendar down to the minute, even if you have buffer time, even if you need to plan buffer time in there, just make sure you know what you're going to do. Gratitude when you get up in the morning. As you work through your day, number 4, what are the lessons that what did you actually achieve? Number 5, what are the lessons that you learned? Number 6, what are the victories? And number 7, end your day with gratitude. And I actually, just to make it really easy for you, I created a cheat sheet that you can use just to make sure that you run through until you get this all memorized and you make sure that you're making it a habit. It's going to take a month or 2, but you can download the cheat sheet as well. And check out my 2 morning tricks for eating the frog, and also that annual reflection guide for success, that post that I created titled How to Reflect Your Way to Success. It's really, really a great exercise, whether you want to do it on a daily basis or monthly or weekly or monthly or quarterly or annually. So I really think that'll help make your days more productive. And then as time goes on, you'll watch the victories pile up. All right, until next week, hope to see you around the blog or maybe in one of my courses. Check out the Tips for Work and Life blog. If you're watching this anywhere other than my YouTube channel or my Tips for Work and Life blog, hop over that. There's lots of great giveaways and other downloads that you can have. And if you like this episode, please share it. So until next week, have a great one.